In this video, I want to give you some tools to help you overcome trauma. What if I told you that the biggest reason that you still feel stuck in the past is not what happened to you, the event, but the story that you keep telling about it to yourself, to others? Hi there, gorgeous soul, and welcome back to my channel. I am Bob Spas, and I'm here to make the process of awakening go viral, to spark a movement of spiritual awakening in the modern world. So today we will explore how to break free from old patterns, how to stop living inside the past pain and write a story that leads your soul and your life to the life that you've been waiting for, that you came here in earth to live. Stories create our identity. And why do stories matter? Since the beginning of childhood, we've been narrating our lives. Sometimes out loud, sometimes silently, sometimes in loopings in our heads. And these stories become our identity, who we believe that we are. And identity drives to behavior. So if you define yourself as the one who's always getting hurt, who can't get ahead, who's stuck, or the one who is not enough, guess what? What your mind and habits will fight to make this come true all the time. An example of that: Maria grew up in a chaotic home. So she told herself, I come from dysfunction. I will always live in dysfunction. I will always live in chaos. So even when opportunity for a healthy love appears, she always feels uneasy, like she didn't belong to stability, to happiness. And why? Because of this story of being broken, that she felt safer than the unknown, than the story of being whole and complete. The spiritual insides of it is, your soul already know who you truly are, whole, capable, divine. But things happen, and your human self may be living under layers of false narratives because of the journey that you have, because of choices that you've made in the past. I invite you to cross your hands like this. You cross it in a certain way. Then let it go. You can scratch your nose or do something else. Cross it again. You acknowledge that you are going to do 100 times the same way. Why do you put one finger first and the other one next? Or why do you cross your arms always in the same way? Or why do you always put the same side of the shoe first and not the other one? Because of choices that you've made in the past. And sometimes you don't even acknowledge what those choices are. But we choose and we believe, and we are keeping doing over and over again. And what we do becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. What we believe about ourselves becomes our identity. We relate to those stories that we tell ourselves and others about what happened to us. Maybe some really horrible event has happened to you in the past. You are not that event. You are not that story. This was just one chapter of your life. You have a long life. You are a big book. This is only one page. You don't have to go back to that page and read over and over again every single day. You are allowed to go ahead and to write new chapters. You are allowed to move on with your life. The journey is not to become someone else, but to remember who you truly are before that event, who you've always been, a person that is full, whole, and complete. So why and how do habits lock us in? Our daily habits are choices that we repeat every single day, and they are evidence of the story that we believe about ourselves. If my story says I am not a person with discipline, my habits will reflect chaos. If my story says I am unworthy of love, I will sabotage all relationships, even if I say that I want love because what we believe will be reinforced by our behaviors. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you believe you are broken, you act as you are broken. When you believe you are unlucky in love, you are also. But if you believe that you are resilient, you will be resilient. The outer life reflects the inner life. The outer life is a mirror of our inner life. It's not just psychology, it's energy. Spirituality, what we believe about ourselves, shapes the vibration that we send, that we broadcast to the universe, to the quantum field. A practical example, think about someone who wakes up and says, I am a procrastinator. The person will be distracted the whole day long. They will have 1,000 reasons to not have clarity what they should do. They will always do things to confirm this label. The story isn't just descriptive, it becomes prescriptive, because that's a loop of suffering. Even if the suffering is uncomfortable, it's your comfort zone. That's why we always tend to return to the old patterns. When we want to change, we have to keep going back to what hurts us. Why? Because if we are loyal to who we believe we are, a broken person, it's the self-image that's distorted. I'm damaged, I'm unlucky, I'm a failure. The mind fights to return always to this default mode, to the pain, even if it hurts. An example, take John. After a pain relationship and a pain breakup, he told himself, I destroy everything I love. So years later, and a lot of relationships later, even when he feels happy, he feels at the same time terrified. So he begins to pick up fighting, he begins cheating or withdrawing, proving that his story is right. Not because he didn't want love, but because he felt like home to being broken. So how can you honor the pain without becoming the pain? You have to look at the stories of your past. And it's not denial. It's not bypassing pain. You can feel the pain, but learn how to sit with it and love all parts of you, all broken parts, all shadows. Decide to give a new meaning to what happened to you. Decide to find a reason. I'll give you some spiritual tools to healing. Rewrite your story. Be a loving witness. Visualize your younger self living that thing, that moment of pain. And instead of judging or feeling pity, hold this younger version of yourself with compassion. Say, hey, you survived. You're stronger than you thought, than you knew. Give a meaning for that. Make a release ritual. Tell your old story out loud, but in another way. Declare, this is what happened to me, not who I am. It happened for me. A new pattern practice is each day affirm the qualities that you want to embody. After I am, say something constructive, say something positive. Repeat it every single day. Rewrite your old story. Find a meaning to it. How can you redefine yourself? Find an old identity, give a name to it, and write down the labels that you've carried so far until now. That you are too broken or too unlucky or too beautiful, too ugly, too good, not good enough, whatever. Write this definition and expose the lie. You are not that. Ask, who am I really? Who am I as a person? Why did I have to go through this? Why did I survive this pain? And write a new story. Claim your higher truth. Say, I am resilient. I am enough. I am capable of love. I am capable of building a new life. I am guided. I am strong. I am supported. I am more than my past. I am love. I embody love. I broadcast love. You know, Clara lost her son in a tragic accident, and for years she said that her life ended that day. But then, through deep healing, she rewrote her story like this: I still carry my son's story in my heart. He's my strength. So her purpose is to help others to go through grief, through loss. Today, Clara runs a foundation to help grieving parents, and her life is fuller than she ever thought possible. She gave a new meaning to the event. So my final words to you in this video are: I give you my blessings. Your story is powerful. Don't hold it hostage. Set yourself free. The events of your past are carved in time. They are just one page of a story. You can give a new identity, a new meaning. You can rewrite your own story because you are strong. I see your pain, but also your strength. If you need, watch it again and get soaked in these ideas. I send you my spiritual blessing, my love. I send you my best vibes. May you speak of yourself with kindness, with truth. May your habits reflect the beauty of your becoming, the new you that you will shine. And may your life from this day on, from now on, be the greatest story that you have ever tell.